So I'm back with part 3. Let's continue here, all right? Again, my title is Bible, Wisdom, the Righteous and the Wicked. Let's continue here. Let's get back to the wisdom stuff. Let's go to Job 18:5, all right? Yeah, the light of the wicked shall be put out, and the spark of his fire shall not shine. See that? All right. Go down here, 21st verse. Surely such are the dwellings of the wicked, and this is the place of him that knoweth not God. You see that? And again, people, he doesn't know him. All right? I'm giving you an example of that. What is that? Let's go to Psalms 50. All right? Psalms 50. And we'll start at verse 16. All right? All right? But unto the wicked, the God power saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes? Or that thou should take my covenant in thy mouth? See that? Remember, this man is opposed to the God power. All right? Always has been. He was created that way. He was created to be what he is, the wicked. All right? You read about that in Romans, the 9th chapter. Okay? Now, you know, the vessels fitted for destruction. Okay? How the Lord is long in suffering. And, you know, you read that, Romans 9, 22. I believe you read it there. All right? Because the Lord wakes up every day. He's angry at the wicked. Again, that's scriptural. All right? So, he tells you, he uses the analogy. All right? The Lord gives you the analogy just like he built the Pharaoh up. All right? In all previous kingdoms. But in this case, he's talking about Esau and how he uses the analogy of how he built the Pharaoh up. And he created the Pharaoh, built the Pharaoh up, so that eventually, you know, he could show his power in destroying him, and in that way exalt his name and his son's name. He tells you that right there in Romans, the 9th chapter. All right? So do you understand that that's why the Lord, you know, has done what he's done with Esau? He's only a vessel, okay? He's only a tool, all right? The Lord controls him, all right? But he is the wicked. He is the Lord's sword until, you know, that day that the Lord, you know, breaks through those clouds with the angels, you know, and, you know, takes it to him, all right? He's no longer then the sword of the Lord, all right? You know, him being, you know, a vessel and a tool, that's over at that point, all right? He then now becomes, you know, the hunted, all right, by the Lord and the angels, all right? So, in other words, it's payback time, all right? Because he has to answer for all his, you know, atrocities, all right? All his bloodshed, wickedness, okay? He has to answer for that. He has to answer for the stealing of the lands. He has to answer for all these things. I understand something. The Israelites, you know, we're the Lord's chosen people, the Negro, Latino, Native American. We have to go through our slavery, okay? So what do you think he's going to do to them? And they're not his chosen people. And he tells you that. It's all over the scriptures, people. All right? My sword shall be bathed in heaven. That sword is talking about that nuclear fire, the ICBMs. It shall be bathed in heaven. Behold, it shall come down upon who? Idumea. which is the Greek translation for Edom, the Edomite, the white man. The people of my curse to judgment. That's what you read there, Isaiah 34, 5 and 6. All right? The Lord goes on to say that he have a sacrifice in Basra, which is a capital in Edom. That's talking about America, Babylon the Great. And a great slaughter in the land of Idumea. Again, code word for America, Babylon the Great. Right? We are to prophesy against Edom, as we read in Ezekiel, the 35th chapter. And that's wherever Edom is, wherever the Edomites are. You understand? We're here in America, Babylon the Great. We're prophesying about Esau, Edom, here in America, Babylon the Great. You understand? And then all the other nations with that, you have Israelites prophesying about the Edomites there. You understand, people? All right? So again, but unto the wicked God saith, what hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou should take the covenant in my mouth? Right? They have nothing to do with the covenant, right? This is never given unto them. Again, this is not their book. This is our book. They hijacked this book like they hijacked our heritage and our lands. You understand that? All right? Remember, what is that? Jeremiah 17 and 4. All right? We discontinued from our heritage. Okay? And basically, they beat it out of us. All right? People understand all that? All right? All right. Seeing thou hatest instruction. See? Esau hatest instruction and castest away my words behind thee. And when thou sawest a thief, then thou consented with him and hast been a partaker with adulterers. All right. Thou givest thy mouth to evil, and thy tongue frameth deceit. See? This is Esau Edom. The Lord is, again, what is he doing here? Exposing them to you. All right? Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Who's Esau's brother? Jacob. The 12 tribes of Israel. The Negro, Latino, Native American. So what does he say here? He says, thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Right. What does devil mean? He's the deceiver. He's the false accuser, the slanderer. Okay? Satan, adversary. That's what it means. He's the human adversary. Right? The human counterpart to the spiritual entity, Satan, here on the earth. Right? Again, he's, the dragon. The old serpent. Okay? That man of sin, the lawless one. All right? Son of perdition, which means destruction. That's what he's about. Death and destruction. All right? The wicked. All right? These things, all right? Because it says here again, let me finish that. Thou sittest and speakest against thy brother. Thou slandereth, you see? He slanders thy own mother's son. He's always been demonizing us and slandering us for the past 529 years here in the Americas. All right? These things thou hast done, and I have kept silent. And though thou thoughtest that I was altogether such as one thyself, right? Because the Lord kept silent. That's what he was thinking. But I will reprove thee and set them in order before thy eyes. Set who in order? His elect of Israelites. All right, the 144,000. They're all men, 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes. All right? And again, has the Lord been setting us up in order? Absolutely. We make these videos and we go out there and we street teach. There you go. All right. Let's continue here. Where are we? Let's go to Job 20 and 5. The triumphing of the wicked is short, and the joy of the hypocrite for a moment. Again, simply explained is that in the reality of things, we know that the Edomites came back into power during the mid-1300s, right, till now. For us here on the earth, yes, that seems like a long time, all right? It is. But in the Lord's eye, it's not. Because the reality is that, you know, he would be in power again for a third time for a short little season. Now, the Lord, see, 1,000 years here on the earth is simply one day to the Lord. You understand that? 1,000 years here on the earth is simply one day to the Lord. So, has Esau been in power for 1,000 years here? No, he has not. So, he hasn't even been in power, all right, for one day in the Lord's eyes. You understand that? But yet, look at all the evil and wickedness he's done. All right? So, the atrocities, the genocides, the bloodshed, I mean, it's just, you know, it's beyond, you know, imagination, all right, of all the evil wickedness that this man has done on this earth. And remember, he's destroyed the earth, not just, you know, human beings. He's destroyed the earth in itself, all right? And like it says in Revelations 11:18, the Lord shall destroy him that destroys the earth, all right? So again, he's not going to be acquitted. He's not going to escape his judgment or anything else, people, all right? This man, his system is going to be taken down, his armies, as well as the other 16 heathen nations. And understand that America is going to be destroyed and has to be destroyed in order for the kingdom to come in. You understand that? America has to be destroyed in order for the kingdom to be brought in. All right? In order for Yahweh's kingdom to come in, America, Babylon the Great, has to be destroyed. And will, because it's all prophesied. It's all throughout the scriptures. All right? All right, let's continue here. All right? So, let's jump down to, let's get to it. Let's jump down there. We'll start at verse 22. All right. In the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits. He's in straits right now, which means a degree of difficulty. Every hand of the wicked shall come upon him, right? Even his own allies, America's own allies, the EU nations, all right? And NATO are going to send ICBMs onto America, Babylon the Great, all right? Everyone that has ICBM capability. And that's scriptural. That's in Revelation 17, 16, and 17. We'll tell you that. All right, and the 10 horns, which are the EU nations, which outsort on the beast is NATO, these shall hate the whore. And the whore is America, Babylon the Great, and shall make her desolate and naked, all right? Eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Got that? How are they going to do that? You think they're going to fly over America, pour gasoline, light a match? No, they're going to send intercontinental ballistic missiles, ICBMs, onto America, Babylon the Great. And in the next verse, it tells you how that's going to happen. Because the Lord is going to put it in their hearts, which in Hebrew is lab, which means minds, to fulfill his will. And they won't be the only ones. You'll have all the other nations that are not part of the EU or NATO, like, you know, Russia, which is Gog and Magog, China, the Moabites, and you'll have Iran, and anybody that has ICBM capability outside being in the EU, they're all going to send missiles onto America, Babylon the Great, because the Lord will it. And again, you can read about that like in Jeremiah 50 and 29. All right? Okay? I'm not going to take you over there. You people need to do your own work. All right? All right. And when he is about, all right, so I gave you that in the fullness of his sufficiency, he shall be in straits, and every hand of the wicked shall come upon him. And when he's about to fill his belly, sit down and eat, God shall cast the fury of his wrath, right, upon him, and shall rain it upon him while he's eating. You know what? We're going to pick this up when we come right back, all right, with part 4. All right, shalom.